Welcome to the final video in this series about palimpsest multi-layered archaeological sites. This video's topic, the politics of these sites. Let's return to two examples from previous videos to see how politics were involved. One of the reasons Mussolini blew through the medieval layer in Rome to get to the classical layer is fascism. Fascism was intentionally hearkening back to the might of imperial Rome. Mussolini thought of himself like Emperor Augustus. So thanks to his fascist ideology, a lot of medieval sites in Rome were destroyed. A more recent example is the Hagia Sophia in Istanbul. Turkish President Erdogan has turned it back into a mosque when it was a museum for around 100 years. Let me be clear, Erdogan is not turning it back into a mosque because they need more space for worshippers. It's very clearly a political move playing into Turkish nationalism, calling back to Mehmed II, who originally turned it into a mosque. He's basically adding Mehmed II's original conquest of Istanbul, which has all sorts of glory and nationalistic connotations in Turkey today. So what are some other ways that politics can complicate our excavation and understanding of palimpsest sites? Well, which ethnic group controls a multi-layered site often determines what level gets emphasis. For example, the ancient Greek layer of sites in eastern Turkey doesn't get as much attention as the ancient Greek layer in Greece. Another question that affects which layer we focus on is tourism. Countries like Greece and Egypt receive a lot of tourism because of their ancient ruins. So how much funding the government gives a particular site might be based on whether it can attract tourists as opposed to more academic reasons. There's not exactly an even distribution. The tourist traps get the money. The last way politics complicates things is when archaeology is used as propaganda. Governments might be trying to cater to a certain ideology based on the past. You know, bringing together the nation by celebrating its collective history. There's a darker side to this, as we saw with Mussolini and his fascist propaganda archaeology. The Nazis also engaged in this sort of perverse archaeology, and in their excavations they focused on the ancient layer in Germany and Germanic territory. This initiative was spearheaded by Himmler, who was trying to find an ancient race of super Aryans or something ridiculous. Nazis ruin everything. However, when they uncovered the ancient German civilization, it was basically just villages with mud huts. Hitler actually got really mad about this because while the ancient Germans were building mud huts, the Romans, Egyptians, Persians, Greeks, basically everyone else was building these giant, impressive, non-mud buildings. Not that there's anything wrong with mud, I'm just very happy when Hitler is not happy. So the Nazi propaganda archaeology totally backfired. Nothing better than Nazis taking a fat L. Though it worked against the Nazis in this instance, I think in general, archaeologists should be very weary when they're coming into a dig with a political or ideological intention. Generally, even if your ideology isn't straight up evil, coming into a dig with any preconceptions can warp your findings and just make the research not as good. So, that is the political side to multi-layered palimpsest sites. And that brings us to the end of this short video series about palimpsest archaeology. I have been Silvia of the Philologos Society and of Archaeologists Anonymous. If you want to see more videos of mine, go to the link in the description. And I hope you've learned more about what Indiana Jones is thinking when he's not dodging out of the way of boulders. Thanks for watching.